hope that our meeting will be quite productive and effective, and it will help you to get ready for the contest, right? So I've prepared some words for you. I want to look at them and to understand what they have in common. Maybe you can guess. So the first day at work, contests of different kinds, exams, traveling abroad, the first day, tests, wedding ceremony, job interview. Stress. This terrible word stress. Right you are. Yes. So that is stress. What is stress? The first associations you've got with this word, public speaking, is it stress?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Just a minute ago you said it's not terrible. Do you remember? Yes? Now you say it's stress. Well, public speaking is stress. Other associations you've got, stress? School.
Exams.
Alarming clock. Alarming clock in the morning, right? The time to wake up.
With lesson.
Okay.
And parents.
Parents.
Different tests.
People ask me, do I feel stressed? Yes, because I don't know you, I don't know your reactions, right? That's why I feel stressed and a bit embarrassed. But it helps me in some way, right? Okay, so the feelings today we'll work with the following house, if it is possible to say, right? So stress lives in each family, in each flat, it exists in our life, right? So I will give you these houses, and we'll start just with your emotions, which you have when you feel that you are under the stress. Well, I hope that you will have not only negative but also positive feelings, right? And that's why you have two colors here, right? We usually keep all our fears, phobias, negative feelings, which we're afraid of, here in this cellar, right? So you have a green color of hope for positive emotions and feelings, right? And this red one for our fears and negative ideas, okay? So you look in pairs, right? And you are completing this part of the house, right? And as you understand, different people live there. There we see who lives there? Green color.
Happy person.
Happy person who can also be stressed, right? And there we have
Sad person.
sad person. So that means person who is stressed out, right? Okay, you have just a minute to think and to write, okay? Just a minute, please. Wait, maybe it's better for you to join the lady, okay? And to work together. Thank you. Well, minute. Don't be afraid to communicate. You know, I feel stressed. I feel embarrassed. As you.
Sorry, should we write the words there?
There
First
in
one.
the cellar. Cellar, right? Here? Well, in one. Yes. That is one. House. In the cellar. Well, emotions connected with stress. Feelings and emotions you have when you are stressed. Or which stress causes. Okay, time is over, right? So timing is a necessary thing, essential in all the tasks, right? So feelings, let's start with the positive ones, right? So what sort of feelings can cause...
Just write negative emotions.
Okay, only negative emotions. Well, why not? Please, ladies, you have something positive.
Learn new things, music, films, friends.
Okay, so getting new experience and meeting and you making acquaintances with new friends. Okay. What else can you add? Positive things.
Oh, we have written emotions, which we can
Emotions and feelings.
feelings and satisfaction.
Satisfaction is the result of stress. Okay.
Maybe inspiration.
Well,
It's deadline.
deadline.
And you feel stressed and you have a kind of inspiration sometimes.
Right. Thank you.
Maybe
And
sometimes excitement when, it's some kind of extreme sports. Maybe from extreme sports you feel stressed, but you can be really excited at the
okay.
same time.
Thank you. Thank you. Quite detailed, by the way. Nice. Well, negative ideas. As I see, most of you have only negative things, right? Let's turn to you. You have the list of them. So what are they?
Fear, embarrassed, disappointed, angry, nervous, tired, and exhausted.
Well, as the result, exhausted. Tired, very tired, exhausted, fainting. Okay. Anything else to be added?
So,
You have also embarrassed.
yes,
as I see.
and under pressure.
Under the pressure. Okay, ladies.
Violence.
Violence as the result of aggression, right?
Yeah, aggression.
And aggression. Okay.
We have two opposite things, depression and on the other hand, anger.
Okay, I see. So many feelings and emotions about one word, stress, right? So, in fact, if we try to make a short definition of stress, what's it? Feeling of what? Stress
When you don't know if you succeed or not.
or not, right? So it is caused by some event, right? And mainly you feel yourself worried about this situation, right? I want you to turn to the papers which you have, right? There you are given the saying, which is quite well known. And by the way, that will be the first task of the contest. You will get the saying and you will have to react in some way. You will have to agree or disagree with it. Could you read the saying, please? Well, yes, here it is.
The process of living is the process of reaction to stress.
Everyone understands it, right? So you can agree with it. I hope so. You can disagree with it. You have the plan, right? We've mentioned that you should be logical and rational in your speech, right? You should start with the introduction of the topic. What is introduction? You mean you should introduce the topic of your speech. What is this quote about?
Stress.
Stress in
Our life.
right. Okay, then you should express your attitude to it. It means whether you agree or disagree with it. Possible? Possible. Well, take pencils, pens, whatever you want, and please put down a few sentences. You should state the topic and you should express your attitude to it. Just 2 sentences. Well, hope you're ready. Well, now we're turning to the main body, which is more serious and detailed, right? So because there you have to think of at least three reasons to support your point of view. I've given you some ideas here. For example, to think about examples of events causing stress. By the way, we've mentioned them, right? And it's not a problem to write them. Secondly, I suggest you to think about positive, negative influence of stress on a person's life generally. Maybe just one example, right? And thirdly, as the third supporting idea, just generally about the role of stress in people's life. Destructive, positive, what? Yes? Well, please think 2 minutes for you to think, just 2 minutes, and that is the main body, right? And you will have 3 minutes during the contest to think over the quote you will get. So 2 minutes. Maybe I can
Thank
help
you.
Yes. Okay, so 2 minutes are over. Let's see the results, right? Only the main part, right? So only the reasons which you have. Could you express your ideas. Yes.
Well, starting with introduction, right?
Yes.
So every person faces the stress in his or her life. And it is claimed that the process of living is the process of reacting to stress. I would rather agree with the statement, as my personal life is full of stress. And so, should I mention examples?
Yes, surely. Yes.
As I've already mentioned, stress is almost everywhere in our life. During taking exams, answering teachers' questions on the lessons, getting married or graduating from the school or university, it is everywhere. And of course it has positive and negative influences on our life, on our behavior and our feelings. I would like to start with positive ones. So stress gives us a great encouragement in doing things and make us do them better. But on the other hand, the being worried about the event can stop us from being really effective in our activities. As the stress can have both bad and good impact on our behavior, it can either cause depression or make us behave in a better way. We should make it work for us in our life, and to make it be not a bad thing, but a profit, to gain profit from it.
Okay, thank you. Succeeded? Succeeded? Keep in silence. They ended. Nice. Great. Thank you. Great. Just remember that you have some timing, right? You will have 2 minutes for introductions, main body, and conclusion.
That's
right?
very difficult.
Very difficult, but you have to. That is the stress, you know. Well, thank you very much. My dears, we turn to conclusion. Conclusion is just the brief summary of what you've said, right? It is, again, it is not very, very serious thing you should pay attention to, but you should write a sentence, just a general idea about stress, right? That it can be different, for example, right? And change people's lives greatly, for example, yes? Okay, so now we'll practice. Have you understood how to comment the sayings and quotes? Have you understood? So that will be your second task, right? During the contest. You will have 2 minutes right now. You have the plan, you have the words, right? You are working in pairs. So for example, we'll start with Nastya and Dasha and Polly and Nastya? Nastya. Yes. So you are the first to speak. 2 minutes for you. They have only 1 minute. You turn to your partner and start speaking and try to express all your ideas about the quote we mentioned. Clear? Well, start. Start speaking, please.
It is a benefit for them to some of us use stress is a part of our life and we handle it.
Done. Stress. Yes. So we have speakers and great speakers. They can't stop, right? Well, but it's better stop, right? Okay. Another student starts speaking. Also 2 minutes for the speech. Please start. Possible. Oh, possible. Yes. Well, thank you. So this task shows that you can speak, right? That you have ideas, right? Maybe you have problems with grammar because it's difficult to control yourself while you are speaking, but you have time to improve. Yes, but you have the ideas, and that is great. Well, speaking about the summary, I want you to turn to another quote. Maybe some of you know it because it is well known. It is after the table, and there you are supposed to complete the gaps with the necessary percentage. Well, look through and just put down the numbers. Who knows this quote? Then keep silence. Right? Don't give any ideas to others. Well, Настя, what's your choice?
Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it.
So, do you agree?
Yes.
You agree? You know?
No,
Just
my experience.
gut reaction, instinct, something like that, right? So 90% of your attitude to stress. Good summary, don't you think so? Okay, so my dears, now we turn to the second part, to the second serious task, which is connected with intellectual ping pong, right? To succeed in this task, you need firstly to have full arguments, right? Secondly, to see the difference between argument, counter-argument, and try to find logical one. And thirdly, to communicate with your partner. So these three things will be discussed in details. And we'll start with arguments. So the most useful thing, how to make the argument full. To use press formula. Who knows what press formula is? Who?
Point of view,
Reasoning.
reasoning, explanation.
Right, so we know that you were with us last year, right?
It's written there.
And that is written here, that's the second thing, yes,
Это совпадение.
yes. So, please, you have press, yes? So, P stands for point of view, that is the statement, what you think. Then, reasoning and explanation explains your reasons and examples. And summary, brief summary. So, please, you are given the point of view. What is the point of view?
The point of view is I definitely think that stress can be perceived as the spice of life or a challenge.
Okay, think about reasons and examples, please, and summary. And make the argument full. So, if you use a press formula, you can be sure that your argument will be always full and detailed. So make a detailed argument yourself. Tasha, ready? Please. Just the argument, right? From the first word, I definitely think, and up to the last one. Yes.
I definitely think that stress can be perceived as a spice of life or a challenge. Like meeting new people or doing things we're not sure about is our challenges about if life would be boring and grey, wouldn't it? Overcoming stress is a reason to face new problems, and you feel yourself very inspired and you can fight it. So stress is really spice of life, and we should react to it.
Okay, thank you. Very chatty and friendly, right? Although that is the statement, but you are friendly and you even ask some questions. Nice, thank you. Well done. Nice to meet you, welcome.
Often, when faced with different problems, we feel stress, and sometimes it's not very. We find it's difficult
To overcome. To overcome the problem.
Yes, and it's difficult to overcome the problem, but it seems that all our feelings differ a lot when we are stressed, and sometimes it's a kind of a challenge for us to find a solution for this problem. So maybe stress is a challenge, but it's a good challenge for us that makes us better.
Okay, thank you. Well, my dears, do you agree with me that press formula can help you in thinking rationally and be more detailed in all arguments you think over? Do you agree? Okay, so we've discussed the structure of the argument. Now we turn to arguments and counter-arguments. That is very important because when you communicate, you should understand each other, right? And take into account the information you hear. So you have two groups of arguments, and you can easily understand, right? That's these pink ones are negative, and these green ones are positive, right? So we turn back to our houses, right? The task is the following: you should find an argument and counter-argument which have the same topic and stick them to the poster on the same floor. Have you understood? So you should identify the same topic, 3 groups, 3 pairs of arguments, 3 topics. Please, a minute for you to think and to stick, and then we're checking. Nice? Handicraft. Finished? Yes, should. Okay, so the first positive argument you're ready with, please. The first positive argument. Positive.
So, to read?
Yes, just read.
Stress can be a great motivating force, causing an improvement in studies and work. Stress helps to meet deadlines and accomplish goals. It can make the process of work and studies more productive and effective.
What is the counter-argument?
A counter-argument is being under stress can be destructive to studies and work. Stress can slow the process of work down and decrease productivity. Stress can even cause inability to cope with the task and lead to failure.
To failure. Do you agree? Do you agree with this pair of arguments, right? What is the theme of them? What is the topic? Both of them are about
studies.
all 6 arguments are about stress, and there you are right. Yes, but what is the topic? Studies and work, right? And the influence of stress on studies and work. Okay, next, please. Next argument.
Stress can increase physical performance and endurance. Scientists claim that stress causes the release of adrenaline, which speeds up heart rate and metabolism. As a result, reactions and reflexes become better. Furthermore, adrenaline acts as a painkiller and improves endurance.
Endurance and adrenaline. Well, opposite to this idea, the counter-argument is
being stressed out can cause problems with the immune system. Immune system, heart disorders, high blood pressure, chronic fatigue, headaches, nervous breakdowns, depressions, and other illnesses. A man starts facing a loss of appetite or an increase in hunger. This results in losing or gaining weight, which is extremely harmful for the metabolism.
Agree?
Metabolism.
So what's the topic?
About health.
Influence on health. Thank you. Okay, Polina.
The brain is programmed to work better, both emotionally and physically, under moderate amounts of stress. To begin with, stress helps our brain to focus. Stress helps us to react to potential dangerous situations. What is more, stress increases memory.
Opposite idea? Counter argument?
Stress suppresses activity in the area of your brain responsible for rational thought, concentration, and short-term memory. The more stress you have, the more this area is suppressed. As a result, people cannot think clear under stress. They do not think rationally and make calm decisions.
What is the topic?
Brain.
Brain activity.
Brain activity.
Okay, so have you understood that the argument should be connected with the logical counter-argument? It means that if you disagree with your partner, it means that you should give a counter-argument on the same topic, right? So if we speak about weather, then we continue speaking about weather, not money. Yes? Okay, thank you. So speaking is the next step, right? And you're speaking, first of all, you should discuss the topic, right? But in the end of your speech, you should make balanced consideration, right? So it means that you have positive arguments, your friend has negative ones. You should take into account your partner's opinion, and think of the balanced consideration of the problem. Stress, yes, it has some positive moments, although it might have a serious destructive influence, for example, right? So let's think about such balanced consideration of the problem. That's the next task which you have in your papers. Please, just 2 sentences, not more, like a balanced consideration. You know all the arguments in favor, you know arguments against. Please think of the balanced consideration. 2 minutes. Have you understood what you should do? Yes? Yes?
Yes, yes.
We have only one brave man, right? He came here to win.
Stress influences our health, work of our brain, and results of our work we have to do. It is necessary to understand that a little amount of stress is good for us, but we should not let it rule our decisions and behavior, and keep it to ourselves, not to show anyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Motivational speaker in future. Yes, could you?
There are a lot of positive and negative sides of the stress, but we should remember that it is not stress kills us, it is our reaction on it, or reaction to it.
Well, good reader. So up to the end, you even read the last quote. Great. Thank you. Rational thinker. Rational thinker. Okay, could you?
Despite the fact that stress is an emotional challenge, I strongly believe that we should see we should cope with stress, and we shouldn't do more. So we shouldn't do things that that influence our health in a negative way and damage our personality.
Well, thank you. Complex grammar structures, despite the fact that, great, complex grammar structures, nice. Thank you. Okay, my dears, we've discussed the facts, the arguments, right? So that is the content of what you are going to say. Now, speaking about the social English, which you should use, right? So the phrases are given to you, yes? In fact, you will have a chance to remember them if you still don't know, but I'm sure that you know lots of them, right? So which phrases you need for this type of discussion? You need some phrases to express your personal opinion, right? Even if I ask you just one example of the phrase to express your point of view, despite the fact that just phrase to express the opinion.
In my opinion.
In my opinion, I suppose.
to my mind.
As I think.
I'm sure that.
I'm sure that.
As I think.
As I think.
I suppose. I consider.
Okay, different ideas, right? Different people, different ideas. Then we need phrases to agree. Yes? Agree.
I absolutely agree with your.
Thank you. Thank you.
I support this opinion.
Okay.
I agree with your point of view.
I see your opinion.
I personally agree with the point of view.
Personally, I agree. So you're preparing for the state Russian examinations. Okay.
That's true.
That's true. Simple but nice.
I think you're right.
Okay, again, absolutely different. Disagree. Disagree with me.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you.
I'm afraid. Such a polite young lady. Thank you.
I see what you mean, but I can't agree with you.
Ladies, gentlemen, please.
I don't think you're right.
Not so polite. Man, you're wrong.
Okay, 1 second. I agree with your point of view, but
I think you are wrong.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you.
I can't agree with
I'm
you.
afraid you are wrong. I can't say that I'm fully. Therefore, I agree with you.
So again, a lot of things and a lot of phrases. So agreeing, disagreeing, asking for agreement, right? I'm not sure that you are so creative in this sphere. I think that not so many versions will hear. Asking for agreement or disagreement.
What do you think about that?
Where is your opinion?
A second? Okay.
How about you?
What about your opinion? Well, it's not a question, you know.
Do you have any ideas?
What do you think about it?
Okay, what do you think about it is definite, right? Because we're speaking on a definite topic.
What do you think for a big reason?
About this reason. Okay.
Do you agree?
Nice. Thank you. Well, it seems to me that we've mentioned everything, right? So it means that you are ready for conversation, right? So during the contest, you will during the contest you will have the special cards, right? And you have them, and at home you will be able to study them attentively, right? So you will get one of the cards. So you will be in favor of the thing or against, right? And there you see something like the instructions which you should follow to be successful in this conversation, right? And right now we'll try to do practically the same things, but I've prepared these cards for you, right? So we have student A and student B. Please take the cards. You are given the instructions. Well, student A, student B, take two cards. Okay? Well, student A starts the conversation, right? Let's try. Just take one there and try, and then we'll practice all together, right? Nastya, you're student A, right?
Yes.
Please look at these instructions and follow them. The first, state the problem. We're speaking stress, for and against, right? Stresses in our life, for and against ideas. Well, you are in favor of, you should speak about positive sides of stress, okay? And you should speak about negative ones, okay? Please.
Nowadays, stress is a lot of people feel stress today, and as for me, it is normal. What do you think?
No, it is
It is.
a natural part of life, for example. You have the arguments, choose one and express it. Next point, express one argument, right? Please. Express one of the positive arguments which you have there.
Yes, I understand. Yes. Scientists suppose that stress can increase physical performance and endurance. What do you think about this, Raven?
I see what you mean, but I think that you're, by saying this, you're not entirely right, because being stressed is may have a bad influence on our health, and it can cause problems with heart, with blood pressure, and even mental health. And this is what is not good for people while being stressed. Do you agree with my ideas?
I can't quite agree with you. On this other side, there are a lot of other reasons why stress is maybe normal statement for a person nowadays. Because I don't understand. Should I add some more arguments?
Well, you should just try to persuade once again with this particular thing and stop. Yes?
We can discuss just one argument.
Yes, and that is the first round. And you finished, right? So, one argument from your side, disagreement with your side, and counter-argument asking if she has thought about it, right? You are trying to persuade once again, so some more sentences about health and stress with positive meaning, right? And you finish, right? Then we turn to the second round, and you exchange the cards, right? And this time you will start, but with argument against, and you will have to give counter-argument. Clear? So now we are practicing the same thing in pairs, right? So you are to start and speak about positive sides of stress, negative. Positive sides, negative. Positive sides, negative. Start, please. One argument, one counter-argument.
I remember.
Finished? Have you finished? Yes. Yes. Okay. So, my dears, I think that you feel what you are supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
But you should understand that when you take the card, when you understand what the topic is, you will have 3 minutes to think only about your personal arguments, right? Arguments in favor or arguments against. All your counter-arguments will be spontaneous, right? And they will be connected with the topics of your partner. So it's important to remember. That's why you should be good listeners to understand what he or she is speaking to you. Yes? And don't forget about balanced consideration in the end of your speech. Each of you should do it. Clear? Okay, so we are finishing, and I like to finish with the acrostic. I hope you know this type of poem, right? Have you written such things, right? Acrostic, it means that you start the idea from the first letter. So, hatik, and that means success, right? If you are here, it means you are successful enough. So, which tips can you think of about stress? How to reduce it, how to relieve it, how to overcome it, how to feel that stress is just the obstacle which you can easily overcome but not be buried under. Yes? So please, instructions for those who want to succeed. Each line just an idea, and you should start this idea in the first letter. You have problems? Okay, let's listen to those who have already finished. You were the first, right? Listen to.
Start today with a glass of water. Try to be patient. Reduce communication with your enemies. Erase bad memories from your brain. Smile and stop being afraid of difficulties.
Great, great, great. Please.
stay strong, try to use advantages of the stress, reduce the influence of stress on you, explore your possibilities while using the stress. Some stress won't kill you, and scream to get rid of stress.
Well, great. Well, ready? Please.
Okay, solve your daily problems. To train your brain. React positively.
Okay.
React positively on everything that's
He can't stop writing
on
and thinking.
on everything that happens around you.
Okay.
Every problem has solution.
Yes.
Stay calm and try to achieve your goals anyway. Stop feeling yourself nervous.
Great. Okay, I just want to show you that just the parts of the ideas have been written and the parts of the ideas were just spontaneous. Great. Thank you. Okay, ladies.
Sigh deeply to stress.
Well, a little bit louder, okay? So
Sigh deeply if stressed.
okay.
Try to think through the possible consequences of what you are doing. Reduce bad emotions in your life. Explore. Stick to your goal. Don't forget about what you want. And stay self-confident.
Great. Okay, thank you, my dears. You are quite successful, right? So nice communication. So I hope that in your solo climbing, you will succeed and will be the winner because that is you. Well, because you control your stress and emotions, and you will never be here, right? Just because you stop controlling your feelings and emotions, right? So wish you to be here. Thank you very much for your communication. Any questions which you still have and which we haven't answered? So, no?
No?
No? Then waiting for you to come on the 30th of March, right? Stay positive, yes? Think clearly, right? And be ready for
Yeah, wanted
battles, right? Battles.
wanted to be Friday.
It will be Tuesday. So, everything is much better than Tuesday. Thank you.